what do you believe is the proper role of city government? In other words, what do you think it is proper for the city government to be involved in?
So city government should be there to help, to protect our rights. They shouldn't be there to infringe on our rights. They shouldn't be there to be a big stick that tells us when we're out of line with fines and citations. And I think for the most part that this city has done pretty well. Unfortunately, what I think has gone off the rails is the proper role of city council. The proper role of city council is to be the voice of the people, and it's not currently. The city council is a rubber stamp for the city departments and the city management. When a project is proposed to the city, it is brought from city staff and proposed to the city council, and the city council says, well, is city staff okay with this project? And that's the wrong question to ask. The right question is this what's best for the citizens of the city? Because the city council is designed to be our voice. And I don't think that's being accomplished, so I'd hope that by being elected, I could bring that back. I could show that there's a right place and time to listen to the city staff, but for the most part, the city council should be listening to what the citizens want and protecting their rights.
All right, thank you. And Terry's response, please, Jeremy.
City government should provide basic services to our community that we typically cannot provide for ourselves or through private enterprise. These include public safety, such as our police and fire protection, water, sewer, garbage removal, roads, etc. I believe city government should not interfere in our daily lives, and citizens should be allowed to govern themselves. I am not in favor of creating or expanding laws and ordinances where I feel neighborhoods and residents are able to peacefully work it out amongst themselves.
Thank you. And Craig's response, please.
The city needs to provide services that aren't or can't be provided by individuals and are not provided by private enterprise. Things like roads, sewers, storm drains, water, and garbage collections are the proper responsibilities of the city council and city management. I believe the Luke Bryan song, "Most people are good," and therefore very capable of governing themselves. I also believe that when conflict arises, in the spirit of being in this together and being good neighbors, we can work things out at that level and not expect government to fix every problem.
All right. Don, thank you.
Government needs to be as small as possible, as limited in its uses as possible. However, in today's world, you're always going to have conflicts. You're going to have neighbors that don't get along on issues. You're going to have situations that will come up. That is where then government will have to step in and make some sort of a ruling to distinguish or clarify what the actual rights are within that one neighborhood.
All right, thank you. Tyler, go ahead.
Many times our city tends to get involved in things it shouldn't. And what has happened throughout our city, actually, is many of these developments go in with CC&Rs and covenants, but the neighborhood actually never forms an HOA to enforce the covenants because the city acts as an HOA. I think that is a problem. I think the city should really evaluate what it is and isn't regulating. And over time, those covenants will be enforced by the neighborhoods that they're intended to control, and we won't have to impose blanket policies that apply to all of our residents. I do think a city should provide vision and a bully pulpit to encourage the types of businesses and development that enable the kids who grew up here and went to school here to be able to stay here. In that kind of direction, led by the city council that's elected by the taxpayer, can provide the voice. I would like to touch on amenities, though. There's been a lot of discussion lately about amenities. Which amenities should a city and should not, should the city provide or should it not provide? I think, number one, we need to ask, is this amenity already available, whether through a public or private entity? Number two, is it going to compete with a local business? Are we using taxpayer funds to compete with a private business entity? And number three, is anyone other than the taxpayer willing to contribute to the project? If it's truly a worthy project, we saw that this splash pad, the Rotary is going to fund that thing, which is wonderful. I'm excited to see projects like that where we have contributors other than the taxpayer, because if it's truly a worthy project, others will step up to the plate.
All right, thank you.